Midjourney just released a new update 5.1, which is not a big update, but it does have some nice improvement changes. First, they're rolling a little bit back on the strings. If you remember, in version 4 we have it shorter you can create. In version 5 they add more descriptive kind of strings, which is some people like it, some don't. 5.1 introduced actually both of them. Now, like in version 4, you can still using shorter, more coherent strings, but if you type stylization raw, then you can use it your original 5.0 version. So let's see what's going on. First, to access, we need to type settings. And you notice in the settings, you have version 1, 2, 3, so all previous version, and one on the below, add version 5. Also notice right here you have your raw mode, which is clickable as a button. So you can have it raw mode, which is a 5.1, better sharpness, better working with removing frames, which we're going to test this as well, and remove some unwanted text. So it's a little bit better, more improving version of this, but also you can use it raw mode, is meaning we can use more descriptive strings like before. And without raw, it's more strings like in version 4. So depend which one you like it. Okay, you can check uncheck, and also they re-enable AI moderator for the string. So this is, we're going to test this as well, see if it still give it errors in some cases when you type some words that not necessarily related to the image. So let's go ahead, start with this. Again, we'll go ahead and let's go imagine. And I will give it a little bit longer. Photorealistic, snow queen, riding sled in a forest made out of icicles. Riding sled, let's go put right here period, so we'll separate it. And we have it called snow flurry, aurora in the sky, soft lighting. Okay, if we're doing by default, it will go with what we pre-select here, which is version 5, no raw mode. We also can use it as before optional tags. And it's what I'm going to do, so we can preview first version 5.1. Even it's selected, I still want to reinforce this. And I want to use it. This is aspect 16:9, so we test this. This is a default, it's no raw mode and nothing. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll do exactly same. Okay, except right here I need to put period, so we have it exactly. And let me just copy that text. And we're going now version 5, so we'll do 5. Actually, you know what, let's go 5.1, and we're going style raw. So we'll see if it's anything different, will be with the just stylizations. And we're going again 16:9. Okay, let's go ahead one more time. Imagine, we'll copy paste same things. We'll do version 5. We don't need to put it raw or anything because it's by default only one version. And we'll do also aspect ratio. Okay, and let's go just for fun to compare. We'll do version 4. And we'll have it version 4. Here, 16:9. And you know what? Why not? Let's go version 1. We'll see how it's all begun, what is going on there. I don't know if it will support this ratio. We'll try and see it. Okay. Okay, so our render is completed. Let's go ahead and check. And we'll start probably with version 1 Midjourney. Okay. That is very interesting, but definitely it's version 1. It's all what is begun with this. Interesting to see how much is progressed now. Next, let's go ahead and try our version 4. And it is produced very nice. However, some distortion of face, but generally it's not bad. It does not presenting kind of, it's mutant horses, I think. Lighting, it's from center, so it's relatively not bad, but it's have some illustrations. So let's go look for 5.0, and this is majority what we want to compare. We want to compare 5.0 to 5.1. Right there, stem, it's not bad with the text. We definitely have a problem with the understanding of the text line, and it will take some work with a prompt to be sure it was adjusting, but general. My goal right here is looking on how the snow representation, icicles, lighting, and composition. This is kind of interesting things. And we do have some even particles, so it's not bad, but mostly it is more primitive render. And now it's interesting to look on 5.1. Okay, if we look 4, let's go. This one is 5.1. And this is not raw, so it's with a shorter string. It's definitely way better lighting, more interesting compositions lighting. We still have the mutants that we need rework with lines, but it is, I think the position, notice also compositioning going away, going to the camera, and I do like lighting and add of the particles. This is definitely improving. If you see the scenery, adding those somewhat bokeh effect and also the particles glowing in the air, it definitely make look much more interesting with developing. And now let's go ahead, 5.1 raw style. This is the difference on accepting on the strings, and I see it's a little bit flatter. We still have some particles with, but lighting, improvement shadows. It's definitely, you can see, improving in the quality, and we're definitely going to test with the borders and other stuff. So with the borders, what we're going to do, it's let's go imagine. And we're going oil painting. Go type oil painting. Portrait of AI. Self-portraits. And let's go, it says Rembrandt. So in this case, what I have it's oil painting, portrait of Midjourney AI, self-portrait, Rembrandt, lighting. And usually when I've done this before with this, it's add borders around. It's like a painting try. So we'll see this one if it does. And by default, it will run with 5.1 no raw format, so it should be short string. And we're going ER 2x3, so it's a portrait mode for us render. Let's go ahead create this. Okay, so right here it's finished. Let's preview. It definitely does not have it, but notice I see the text right here on the bottom, and this is supposed to one of things need to be changed in 5.1, the reduced amount of the text it should place it. But you notice right here like signatures on the bottom it's putting, so it's still half of them. Let's run one more test. Same, it's definitely less, but it's presenting. So one thing, I'm going to use the permutations on this so we can run through different variations in the sky. And we're going classic painting. Well, let's go maybe type pastel colors and original painting. So we'll just go over those permutations. ER 2x3. It should prompt yes. Let's go ahead, run. So it will process 3 jobs with rotation of all of these permutations. It just have a little bit more examples for us, see if it will create frames or something, and what till it does. Let me look again. Yeah, we definitely can see text right here in the corners. It's still processed. It's not like before. Before it's even sometimes can create like almost watermarks on the middle of the images, and this time it seems like a little bit more clear. Okay, till it's processing, let's go to use it raw, and mostly has a raw format. It's only will have it effect on the strings, how it's processed. Okay, let's see what working. And again, this is with the pastel colors, and we can see clear frame. Again, I see right here, you can see on 2 images, you can see small signatures on the bottom, kind of watermarking. They're right there a little bit. I don't know, it's part of the picture of framing, but it does create it a little bit here. And but no frames. Actually, it's very good. I don't see any frames. If you know, in a previous version, sometimes have it like picture frame around. So in this case, it does not produce any frames, and the signature will be easy to fix. So I think it does actually a very good job on this. Okay, let's preview our raw format. It's done. And it is, I think, almost similar, just a little bit less detailizations versus other ones. But again, it is very subjective look, but I think it's actually worked very well. Yes, it definitely, they reduce amount of frames, reduce amount of the watermarking, which is kind of very nice. So let's try one more things before we're done with this testing. And I want to use the image blending. So example, if I do like this image on the top, so we'll go upscale this image, and I want to combine this image with a photo, and we'll see how well they will go together. So for this, we go click and we'll say copy image address. Okay, next let's go have it imagine, paste our first image. Next we'll go copy this image address, paste. We'll see if this will work. Before in some versions it's used to not working, so we'll try this one. And I think let's go aspect ratio 2:3, and by default it's 5.1, so we'll see how well this will work. This is very simple, just putting two images together. We can try also have an image blending function and see how well this one work. Okay, here is completed, and it's actually not bad blending. We can compare with the facial position of the lips, eyes, and we have some colorization and style, and this is actually did very good job on a blending. Again, it's probably require a bit more testing, but it's nice to see all functionality is working, string is working as well. It's produced a very good result with I think if we look actually on the 5.1, I think overall it's definitely improvement versus even version 5. Again, it's very subjective and personal opinion on this, but I'm just looking as a photographer and I see all these floating particles. It's add a little bit more dimensions, in my opinion, this one versus version 5, because 5 it still look a little bit flatter. Okay, see, it does not have this foreground background elements, a little bit more flatter. Of course we can specify in line, but I was testing just on one strings. In this one we definitely can see the particles in different dimensions. So here's a very fast overview of a new release of Midjourney 5.1. Let me know what you're thinking. And before you're going away, just let you know I created special group. It's AI generative images animations on a Facebook. I'll put link down below, where we're going to share some images you created, some animations we created with Stable Diffusion, Midjourney, or other things, just general about AI, how to create, and I will release special videos and other stuff in that group as well. We already have some nice community going on, and you're more than welcome to join. I will provide link for this group down below in descriptions. Thank you for watching and have a great day.